What up, my freaks? RuinusInsight here with part 36 of my Total War Warhammer 3 modded Orion Immortal Empires campaign. So as we saw last time, the Shadow Bellicor has been destroyed and Norska left a frozen ruin. Plus, we managed to pop our next ritual, the Ritual of Griffinwood, and Drika is sitting ready to start working on those invasions. Should be pretty fun, I would wager. We have, how many rituals do we have left? So we've done Athel Loren, and we've done the Haunted Forest, as well as Gaian Vale. We're doing Griffinwood now. We obviously still have the Oak of Ages final one, and then the Witchwood Sacred Pools, Orion's Camp, and Jungles of Cheon, and did I say Forest of Gloom? I don't know, but I'm gonna say it now. So we're getting there. We're getting there. I don't know whether it'll be in this episode or next episode, but we're going to soon activate time skips, i.e. between the episodes I'll do the 8 turns between each ritual, and then we'll dedicate each of the remaining episodes individually to that particular location's ritual, so we don't waste any more time. I might do the battle for the Nemesis Crown with Orion just because we can, but otherwise it'll mostly be now left to the rituals and doing all of that. Anyway, let's start. Drika, you got levels to be leveled and taken, and then we'll fight. First of all, you have 1 point available. We still don't have Indoctrinator for you. Now, I will grant that Insidious Glamour isn't particularly useful to Drika's army, simply because she doesn't really make use of the glamour thing. However, she does like to spam her Melkoth's Mystifying Miasma, especially with the massive amount of debuffs of spell resistance that she has, so we should still make use of it. Let's level you guys up. Evasion for everybody. We should also grab Tempered Rigor and Foe Seeker, Deadly Onslaught, and then go through Birch, Oak, and Willow and max them out as well. The other 2 points in each one don't actually buff the Dryads any further, only the first one does. The other ones just buff the branch rates. Also, you are at a higher rank than the rest are, aren't you? What do we go for you? We could get Renowned into Retinue Physician until the other branch rates are all caught up in terms of their skill points. I think that's the way to do it. Anyway, that's it for you. Killadil, you also have a point remaining. We could do the Transformation of Kadon, but his Manticore summon is kind of not as big on that as I am on the other things. Melee attack +5 on fighting Wood Elves. Huh, you know what? We're gonna do this right now, Wildwood Madness, because from what we've read last time of the Ritual of Griffinwood, it should in theory be that we will be fighting other Wood Elves. Armor-piercing weapon damage, yeah, go for it. Let's see. Huh. Well, that's weird. It spawned a little army and... Huh. It's very strange, and it's kind of a very little one. Okay, well, we'll declare war and destroy them, I guess. And the enemy failed to spot your... Okay, well, this one's not even worth fighting. I don't know what the heck happened here, so we'll just deal with that. Hopefully the next one works just fine. I'm hoping that it doesn't have something to do with the fact that it's the Wargrove of Woe, but oh well. I mean, obviously that's such a small battle that it's not worth our time and effort. So we'll just resolve that one. We'll hope that one of the other ones is big. I think what we'll do then is we will... go into Essen, I guess. Heal there a little bit more. Oh, you already had max healing? Alright, fine, then just move towards this one. If this one's also small, what we will do is we will allow this one to get to either 1 turn or 0 turns until the army spawns, and then attack them. And that way we guarantee at least one big, major fight against the Wood Elves. Anyway, that's a Drika, and I guess there isn't really anything else to do this turn. That was unexpected. But I guess maybe the game expects you to do the ritual for the Griffinwood earlier than other rituals, maybe? There is that potential as well. Anyway, I don't believe there's anything else to do this turn, so I guess we can feel free to end it. Alright. which is good because we still did need to mill through several turns. Exiles of Khorne now on peace. That shouldn't even be possible for Skarbrand. And let's see if anybody else attacks us. Alright. Clan Molder, still, well, no longer moving southwards as they once were, so we don't have to be concerned with them. They are surrounded by piles of Kislevites at this point. Catha is in trouble, but we're not going to bother helping them. They're a little bit too far removed. And hey, there we go. The Wild Hunt is back, and hey, we can pick one of these again. We got 10 turns. I forget which one I liked to pick. Winds of Magic Power Reserve plus 5 per turn is quite swell. Armor for non-elves. If it was armor for elves, I would have probably picked that. But I'm going to go for Wind Through Willows. Got to get that Winds of Magic Power Reserve for all factions. And there we go. Clan Moors destroyed Imric. That little extra bit safer. Hostile Hero Activity Steel Tech. Oh, you got to be kidding me. Don't tell me that that... Okay, wait. Master Mason Creator, Master Mason... Ignore all that. 428. Okay, ooh, I thought that might put us below where we want to be. Below 400. Can we maybe summon an Assassin here? Do you guys have... You have Wound, not Assassinate. You guys have Assassinate? Yeah. Hero Success Chance plus 5%. Ooh, additional success chance for Assassinate. Supreme Stalker. Yes. Wait, can we only... No, we gotta summon you here. Alright, wait, Stalker. Supreme Stalker. Recruit, rename. Assassin. Gonna go after and kill that guy. Specialist and Assassinate and Hidden Paths. We want to go into Grand Master, I guess. And Campaign Line of Sight. Cunning, and there's some decent stuff here. Assassinate. Oh! There's more chances to assassinate. Damn it, okay, I screwed that up then. Specialist, Assassinate, Hidden Paths, and then Retinue Disciple. Assuming that you have no additional ancillaries that will help you succeed, and I don't believe that there are, but there are... Not Hawk Companions, wait. Not Forest Spirits. Eldar Scout, yeah, I will just do the Dryad Spy. Elder Scout, whatever. Alright, you go Assassinate. Alright, wasn't expecting to take the time to do that. Next up, we auto-resolve this little army, the remnants of them. We didn't even check if any of our units would die. I'm going to assume that they don't, and they don't. Alright, and you still need mana there, Orion, even with all the bonus mana we're getting. Still not enough. You... Okay, we got 5 turns of the Wild Hunt. Ooh. We gotta get to here and then get back so that we can return to Athel Loren. But still, you're going to the Nemesis Crown Dig site, my friend. Loren. Yeah, what I wanted to do with you was this. Wait, Strasleith, go here. I'm gonna raise Agril Migdal, and should I have probably... No, stop. Ah, frickin' heck. I wanted to use that Tech Thief to steal from Agril Migdal first. Really should have moved the Tech Thieves. It's the only place you can reach, and you got 4 turns. Nonetheless, break siege, and then start moving... Oh, I can't even click you. Alright, 1 second. And you may as well do the same thing. Should also keep an eye out on... failure and success. Alright, now you can besiege the place. And... they'll probably suffer attrition, but nah, whatever. Unresolve and raise it. Alright, lovely. Power Stone, enemy killed in battle. Great stag for Strasleith. Strasleith go into March Stance, return to Numas where you will heal, and then we will raise Numas afterwards as well. You don't need a Hog Companion. Unicorn, and there we go. Alright, Loren, you are then done here. You need to get to somewhere where you can fight your... Huh, weird. We can get you somewhere, or want to get you somewhere where you can fight your battle, or a battle, a ritual location. Builder's Alto, why are you suffering attrition? The heck? Mutagenic energies on you specifically? Huh, weird. I don't know why the AI decided to do that, but whatever. Deluric, you are good here. You don't need to be at Castle Von Rauken anymore. If you had better troops, I'd probably move some stuff. But anyway, go to Edgig for now. You need to get some troops from another place or from another lord. You, Durthu, are going to quickly take the Great Hall of Greasus, presumably with an auto-resolve, because there's nothing there, really. Just garbage, and then we'll seed it. And then trade it to Greasy Boy. And I'm not going to bother with the gold mine. Well, you know what? Start building it. It depends on how much it's worth. Another Razor Standard. Alright. Durthu, easy enough. And who else still needs to move this turn, if anybody? High Queen Khalida is sitting at Rossetra. And we could try to burn down Rossetra. I mean, she has some stuff. Is it worth our time, though? Datayan is supposed to do the ritual at Orion's camp, but Orion's camp's quite far. This might be a fight worth our time, but let's take a look at what else is happening. With Clan Wars destroyed, you, Daith, are going to now return to the Gloom, to the Forest of Gloom. Adjacent provinces. I really don't like the fact that there's probably rictus rats there, but anyway, you'll be doing the ritual at the Forest of Gloom, so gonna head there and you're gonna sit there. Skura is sitting where she's supposed to be sitting. Ellen Delling is supposed to go to the altar of the Crimson Harvest and sort of hang around here. Maybe grab Pack Ice Bed just because it bothers me having incomplete provinces, even though it really does not. It really doesn't matter. Anyway, you, I guess, are going to raise Hotek's column. Not worth it. Alright, seed it, and then we'll either abandon it or we will transfer it to these guys. Oh, we should grab Circle of Destruction so that they have a complete province as well. But anyway, these guys are in danger of dying, but they've been in danger of dying for a long, long time. We need to create a ruin barrier so that they are a little bit protected from other AI. Anybody else need to move this turn? Guardians and stuff don't. Drika does. Wait. Oh, did I end the turn? Oh, I did end the turn. Okay, wait. Yeah, that's why I started from the beginning. I confused myself. I heard... It heard itself in its confusion. Drake are gonna fight in a sec. Let's see if anybody else needs to move so that we know. Akka. You... Oh. Cameras moved down here and away from us. Oh, well, we're supposed to chase him down. Alright, go near him. I want to see where he goes from here. It's not like Akka's doing anything else really right now, so we'll make use of him to chase him down. Dodan, Guardian, Builder, Troop Fairy, Grower. Actually, wait. One more turn on those. Alright, fine. Grower, Tech Thieves. Alright, I would prefer to move those between the episodes, but it looks like we have to do them here. Fortunately, I think we can do them reasonably quickly. And Steel Tech, Steel Tech. Double failure? Oh, game, why? Alright. Anybody else? We do have other Tech Thieves available to us, so Steel Tech here, and there should be another Tech Thief. Oh, you succeed. The best one succeeds the most, go figure. And you... Steal from here. Another failure. Just gotta get them up to rank 10, because once they're at rank 10, they get some useful stuff. Anyway, one more Tech Thief remains, and you are moving up here to Grom Peak, and trying not to get yourself wounded again. Yet again. Alright, Drika, try again. Oh, you're still hurt. You know what? Here's what we'll do. We'll go into an camp stance. We'll go right beside this place. We'll give it another turn to become stronger. Now this way, hopefully, it'll be a fight worth fighting rather than a smaller fight. I think it'll be a better use of our time here. That said, okay, wait. There was somewhere where I wanted to manually fight. I no longer remember where it was though. Too many stacks everywhere. Not here, not here, not here. Not Ellen Delling, not Akka. Not you guys. Wait, so who needed to fight? It wasn't Durthu. Huh. Have I gone crazy? Was there actually nobody? Are we actually able to end the turn then? Okay, wait. Not Orion, it's not Durthu. My bad, guys. It tends to happen when there are so many, oh, Datan, that's it, there we go. When there are so many armies around. You have Swift and Sturdy and Shield of the Fort. Wait, why do you have Swift and Sturdy? Oh, it buffs Zotes, okay. So you've got the buffs for the Zotes and the Eternal Guard, and I guess we can get Stand Your Ground. Probably should get Speed of the Hunter as well, though it won't make the War Drum any faster. You want to max out one with the Forest, and we could go for either Regrowth or... Well, we do spam Earthblood quite a bit. But I think a Regrowth is something more rare for this particular army, so we'll go for Regrowth first, because we have Earthbloods available on the Zotes. Anyway, Datan, you do get to fight. To war indeed at Resetra, which does not have a minor summon, so it'll be a big old field battle against High Queen Khalida herself. Go. Alrighty, here we go. Now, we know that this army can take on 2 armies of the Tomb Kings, as we've done it with this army before. That said, however, in a little bit of a different situation this time. 5 Screaming Skull Catapults, and of course, High Queen Khalida herself leading the stack. Or stacks, I should say, which will make it probably a little bit more difficult, so we're going to respond a little bit differently to this particular battle. First things first, we're sending 3 of our units of Zotes, led by the Enigmas of Gairan, through the enemy army. They're going to use their speed, which is 78 and pretty massive, not quite our cav speed, but still pretty darn solid, to head directly towards those Screaming Skull Catapults, wherein we will use them to either tie them up, or at the very least tie them up, and if not, then just destroy them outright. In the meantime, the enemy will be taking shots at our units, and what we're doing is we're waiting for the enemy to fire and then popping Flesh to Stone on the individual unit that will get fired upon. So the damage will probably be fairly severe, like it was for this unit of Eternal Wardens, but because of Flesh to Stone cannot die, and those units will remain relatively unharmed. And just gonna have to heal them back up with the, with our heals. Anyway, that's the plan for now, at the very least, until we close the distance and the enemy fire can no longer do anything to us. Flesh to Stone really still working for us, though we can't Flesh to Stone every single unit, and some of them will eventually take damage, but hopefully we'll get close enough to the enemy melee formation and then start fighting them. In the meantime, these Zotes and our Lord on Forest Dragon have closed the distance with those Screaming Skull Catapults and are laying into them. Hopefully we can silence them really quickly. We are engaged with, I think we're engaged with 3, but we are keeping most of them from not firing. Or we are keeping most of them from firing. There we go. Alright, and with that major threat resolved, it looks like we are in combat now. Still heavily damaged on those units that did get hit with the artillery, but once again, since they haven't lost models, it's a matter of time to try to heal them up. And we do have heals aplenty, as just like the Zotes provide us with their Flesh to Stone, they also provide us with their Earthblood. Alright, and we will once again get surrounded, and it looks like in this particular battle, Khalida chooses to primarily attack us on the flanks, with the flanks heavily outnumbered and surrounded, and a few units holding us in the center. This does mean likely that we'll win in the center and be able to withdraw towards the flanks afterwards. It also looks like Khalida is trying to go after our Lord here. This is probably not something that Datan wants a part of, as she's just not going to be able to one-on-one Khalida. But at the same time, she's not really looking to do so. Firing off a Arrow of Kurnus, while the units of Zotes that headed towards the enemy artillery and still have plenty of work to do. Now heading towards the enemy units of Ushabti with Great Bow, and then the Legion of the Aspen Skeleton Archers afterwards. Of course, the enemy is still shooting us, both at our Lord, and it looks like the range units are targeting Datan together with Khalida. And we're going to have to pop that Potion of Healing to keep him up and running. The main line is holding, however. It looks like out here, the Zotes are giving chase to a unit of Ushabti with Great Bow, which are... How are they outrunning them? 55 move speed, no Strider, versus 78 move speed and yes Strider. I think that they would catch up to them fairly quickly. Considering they started chasing them here and these guys managed to stay out of combat and odd. Odd but all good, they will at the very least, even if they can't catch up to them for whatever reason. Oh, they're probably tired and therefore their speed isn't as much as we'd like it. But anyway, even if they can't catch them right now, oh, look at all those little snakies. Even if they can't catch them right now, they can still prevent them from firing off a single shot. Ooh, looks like the Realm of Souls Tier 3 has been reached and the Ushabti have been summoned. Looks like the enemy summons it on top of our War Drum, which is once again heavily damaged and down to 20% of its HP. Seems like every battle that this army fights sees the War Drum get heavily damaged, but once again, we are hardly surprised by that as the AI is programmed to go after those support units. Critical though it may be, there is a benefit to this, however. We do have the regrowth ability on the Enigmas of Gyran. We still have the Shield of... well, not Shield of Thorns. We still have the... well, we do have Shield of Thorns on our caster, but... Flesh to Stone, damn it. I said it so many times in this particular battle somehow, and yet still forgot it. And basically, we have a lot of single target spells, especially non-overcast versions of spells that we can pop on the drum, especially if the enemy wants to divert so many resources to focusing it down. It can actually work out decently well for us. And the drum, while it doesn't have a crazy amount of HP or tankiness at 5,000 HP, it's not a lot, admittedly. It does have plenty of armor, and with a bunch of supportive spells, it can stay up pretty good. Anyway, balance of power is at about, let's say, 70-75% in our favor. We've taken care of most of the enemy range units with our Zotes, who, though they haven't acted with our main line like they do in most battles in this particular case, acting like cavalry will prove themselves the more valuable. And unlike the last time we fought two Tomb King's armies with this particular army, that was, I believe, either... I don't remember if it was a World Roots interception. I think it was just like a regular World Roots battle. So it was one of those very, very narrow maps. But here there's a lot more room to maneuver, both for us and for them. Which is why they went so hard for our flanks with all those skeletal Nehekara horsemen. Anyway, Khalid's still fighting, getting off her ranged attacks there. Anna's still at full HP, but by and large we've been ignoring her in favor of going after all the range units. And unfortunately, with all of our Zotes busy, we had to peel away one of our units of Eternal Guard. Up to 155 kills as well, solid. And they're just helping out with destroying the enemy skeleton archers. Once again, we can't have them continue to fire at the War Drum if we can stop them. Right in the slaughter they are being. Looks like with that the enemy army will shatter and begin to disintegrate. All the enemy units will fight for just a teensy bit longer. Khalid remains at close to full HP and I believe has probably some kind of regeneration of the Asp ability or something. So it'll take her a little while to go down, but go down she shall, together with the rest of her army. Man, that was a lot of skeleton horses as well. Oh, dragon, roaring, adorable. Alright, looks like victory is ours on the right flank in the center, and at last Khalid's Necro Serpent will go down and she will fall to her doom, trampled by the elves for some reason in the desert. Lovely, heroic victory for us as well. Well done to the Zotes and the Eternal Guard and Wardens. Alrighty, very nice job to Kalita. She certainly gave us a fight there and made us actually have to not just hold the line, but push our units out and make sure that we deal with all those range units. And she herself managed to get 36k damage, which is pretty solid, especially considering that a decent pile of the kills that she got were Zotes. Well, I mean, not a decent one, but she did kill several, so good job to her. Anyway, and she did heavy damage to Datayan as well, who also did, though, keep pace in terms of damage. Lovely. Very much so. And, ooh, it looks like in terms of kills and in terms of damage, surprisingly, it was one of the Eternal Guard rather than the Eternal Wardens that managed to get the most. But of the Eternal Wardens at 22k, it was the Challengers of Eldrazi. Lovely. All right, we will occupy or raise. I mean, I think we want to create the Ruin Barrier, so we will raise it. And diplomatic relations with vampire counts, charge bonus when in foreign territory. Oh, huh. Funnily enough, could have got some use out of that for Mr. Orion. But anyway, you're gonna heal up. We will probably raise Doomglade and then back away. Maybe we'll raise our way through Granite Massif and like this, because we do still have to head back to Orion's camp. But since there are no further armies here, that should all be auto-resolvable. That might be something I do between the episodes. Anyway, I do believe that's an end turn, unless I'm mistaken. I think that was the only thing we had to do, assuming that there's no buildings to be building. And oh, I'm wrong, there are buildings to be building. Okay, well then buildings will be built, since we still have to end the turn. So let's do quick Arboreal Paddock here, and Arboreal Paddock here. Gotta get those capacities best we can. At least we don't have to pay attention to what exactly we're building, because we gotta build it all anyway. It's all capacity everywhere. Max it all out. Oh, for the love of... Damn you, sticky... tooltips, sticky tooltips, whatever. I forget. Did we move Drake at this turn? Yeah, okay, we'll fight again next turn. Griffinwood is now fine. Forest of Gloom is now fine, but does need to be built, and then the same thing goes with the Sacred Pools. And Jungles of Qian, and what is this? Claude Coast, Kotex Column, we're not keeping. We're just trading. Gorgazan, we are abandoning, because we don't want the AI to reclaim it. Otherwise, what would the point of the Ruin Barrier be? Loren is fine where they are right now, and Great Mortis Delta. Okay, yeah, we will want to build the Obelisk and the Foraging thing, or the Waystone and the Foraging Groves. Max amount of defenders at the Black Pyramid of Nagash. And hey, we're up to nearly 50k predicted income, despite the fact that we are we've severely reduced the numbers of units that... or the number of factions that we're at war with. Anyway. Oh, damn, there is one annoying thing that we have to do, though. And that annoying thing is this. Builders. Now that it's the Wild Hunt again, you all have to move. So Sacred Pools. Sorry about this, guys, but it does have to be done. It'll only take a minute. We need to build the last of the tier 5s that we have.
These are dark times.
And then we'll never have to move the builders again, so just one more time, and then we will never have to do it again. So at least you will hopefully be happy about that. All right, you're all in the Sacred Pools now. We will build it. And then that means we will be able to afford the... Or what was the other one? This was the Forest of Gloom, right? Yeah, alright, and that'll be the last tier 5. All of our trees will be tier 5 after this, or at the very least after they're complete, which is appropriate, considering we are still working on all those rituals. Alright, and Forest of Gloom. And... Forest of Gloom. I mean, generally speaking, when it's a good campaign, I like the victory to be as thorough as possible. Once again, we could have ended the campaign at turn 50 once the Ritual of Awaken, or Ritual of Renewal at the Oak became complete, but once again, I want this to be complete. And there we go. And we will... did I miss a builder? No, I did not. All right. And they'll just move back to the Oak of Ages, where that'll be the last thing that they need to build. That said, we can end the turn right now. I'm just going to assume that there isn't anybody else that needs to move, and if there is, well, we'll move him after. I want Drika to get her fight, unless somebody attacks us somewhere. Oh, I forgot about Grower Trelan. She has the dragons for our air army. Oh, she'll get there. Hopefully she doesn't get killed by something, and I don't know who Alu is. Oh, you're one of the dryads at Griffinwood. Alright, there we go. One more quick fight if we can manage it. If we can manage it, but, you know, under the assumption that nobody else attacks Elspeth. And oh, look at that. Elspeth has taken some territories here without being prompted. Well done, Elspeth. No, we're not joining war against the Deceivers. It's not going to help identify their cults, and I don't want their random army popping up and attacking us. Alright, Supervisor. Creator, Constructor, Ally mobilizes, Forced Invasion, Invasion imminent, and Invasion imminent. Hunting Hound, sure. Alright. And this will be the fight. So, quickly, you, Drika, will max out Indoctrinator, and you don't need to level because you've somehow leveled higher than the others. I don't know how you did that, but that is also not super relevant. Or at least it doesn't matter. Relevant or not. Anyway, now we want to move towards Arcane Conduits, so Coadil, I think we want to max out Flock of Doom because we use it at pretty much all times. Forest Calls and into here. Let's see what we got. And, oh, it worked this time. And it's still by the War Grove of Woe, but it's a, I assumed that it would be piles of, damn, look at their leadership. 23. 23. It's ridiculous. And that's without the leadership shocks that we've got. But that's Drika for you. They do have a forest dragon, though, and a decent amount of elites. So let's see how those wood elves do. Alright, here we go. Forest Spirits versus Wood Elves. Once again, just how appropriate is that? For Drika, we're going to head directly towards the enemy vanguard deployed, and well, it's an ambush, so everybody's going to be close to the enemy. We're going to try to surround and destroy the enemy range units at the very least, though I do have to wonder, how will we be able to deal with the various Sisters of the Thorn and Wild Riders? Ooh, speaking of Wild Riders, they got purple shields as well, looking pretty darn good. I mean, they are technically our own faction, sort of, the War Grove of Woe, so they're using Drika's colors. How dare you? It's almost odd that that you can essentially fight Drika's faction while having had Confederated Drika, you know what I mean? But anyway, fight we must and shall. Looks like we've engaged most of the enemy units. Fortunately, the range units have by and large collapsed, and it looks like the melee units at the front of the column, namely the War Dancers and the Wildwood Rangers and whatnot, are having a pretty bad time of it. Drika's going directly for the enemy Lord Ikiran here, who's also having a pretty bad time and is routing, but it does look like there is nothing we can do about catching the Wild Riders, so even if we can force them to rout, and they will charge right back and through our Dryads. Dryads having taken a fair bit of damage, and here comes another charge from those Wild Riders, smashing into them, though fortunately this unit of Dryads at the back of the rear, or the rear of the column, was a summoned unit, so we're not super worried about that one. Drika will give chase to the enemy lord, which is attempting to escape, and obviously we're not having that. Wildwood Rangers are looking to wade their way back into the fray. Oh, and they look really good in the purple, damn it. Army Painter, where are you? I would have loved to make use of this color scheme of their own. Not that the green is bad, mind you. But anyway, Wildwood Rangers gonna fight for a little while, and ooh, here comes another charge from those Wild Hunters. Fortunately, though, it looks like the mass of the Tree Man, as well as the Branch Wraith in here, are going to, or Branch Wraiths, I should say, going to prevent the enemy from at least charging through. Bounce Power's at about 90%, and we're trying our best with Drika to bring down that enemy Tree Man. He doesn't take kindly to the non-malevolent variant, of course. And hopefully as soon as this one goes down, that'll be a severe morale shock to the remaining enemy forces. 1.4k damage on Dreka at this point, 398 HP, and there we go, the Tree Man will topple. With him, it looks like the enemy army will shatter, and the battle very quickly, but very dangerously, will be ours. We certainly took damage on a lot of those Dryads. Battle happened very, very quickly, so it was hard to see, but obviously a single charge from Wild Riders into Dryads, even powered up Dryads, is going to leave a mark, as the Wild Riders are a devastating unit. A bunch of enemies will escape like the Forest Dragon because we have no easy way to catch them, and obviously no way to catch the Wild Riders, but it shouldn't be a problem. And we got more of these to fight. I'm excited to see how Draco will handle them. Alrighty, very nice, and a fairly tough fight, definitely getting a bit of a taste of our own medicine as the massive charges from those Wild Riders dealt heavy damage to a bunch of our malevolent Dryads and our regular Dryads in the form of the Silent Woes there as well. Looks like... It looks like one of the Malevolent Dryads and... yeah, looks like one of the Malevolent Dryads won the day. Or at least in terms of damage dealt. Coadil, the enemy really didn't want to engage with him, making good use of their speed to run around, and Draca brought down a Kirin fairly quickly, but he had no chance against her, and despite being an ancient Malevolent Treeman. Nicely done, Draca. The army should... oh, please don't cross the river, alright. And we will chase it down and hopefully auto-resolve it. Me killed in battle, yada yada, and auto-resolve. And then we will... wait, I don't even know why I took the money, because there's no longer a real need to take the money. And Draca moved to our own territory. We are now going to move towards the imminent invasion here and see if we can to reach it. We got one turn until it pops back up, meaning we gotta head towards it. I wonder if they can reach Griffin Wood in a single turn. That's what they're gonna try to do. I would still like Draca to fight them, but I guess we're going to have to wait and see. Forest Spirit... another Forest Spirit, and I do believe there is... what is there admin to do? I don't remember. Oh, I guess there is some admin to do, and yeah, alrighty, I'll call the episode here then. Next time we will complete this ritual, and hopefully also do the battle for the Nemesis Crown dig site, and then after that will be the episodes after time skips of all the other rituals. So, stay tuned for that, and ooh, looks like Tyrant Peak has been retaken by Marathi. Maybe forcing her to declare war on Mazdamundi isn't actually going to go so well for Mazdamundi. She's got a lot of armies out there. It does look like Alistar and another Aetan army is moving down there, though. Really don't want to send an army to help, but I'll think about it anyway. Anyway, more Orion to come just for a little short while, so stay tuned. Don't forget to leave those likes and comments below. All glory to the algorithm, and thanks for watching.